What is going on, guys? Today this is a tutorial for those of you who are trying to start up a new YouTube channel and just need a little bit of guidance when it comes to recording things, editing things, and just making your videos as good as they possibly can be. So I'm going to show you about 3 or 4 programs that'll definitely help you in that process and get you on your feet. Firstly, the program that I'm using right now in order to record my screen, that way you can see everything that I'm doing, is called Camtasia Studio 8. Basically, this program is used for screen recording, game recording, and many other things, but I use this program specifically just for recording my screen. I like it a lot just for that purpose. Any version of it is good. Right now I'm using 8. Sometimes I use 7. They're all the same. They have a 30-day free trial, or you can buy it. Prices are fairly expensive, so I'd suggest that you start with the trial and see if it's worth your purchase. Now, to get this started, so I'm going to start with one of the most basic programs that you can get. So let's see. So one program that I think you would definitely need to have if you're recording games or anything of that sort is Fraps. Fraps Game Capture Video Recorder FPS Viewer. Basically, Fraps is a really good program just to record your general games, whether it be you're trying to record I don't know, World of Warcraft, CS:GO, any game really. It will give you fairly good results if you use Fraps. I just showed you the website to download Fraps, fraps.com. On that website, this program you have to purchase, right? And I believe the program is only, it was $20 back then, but now it's $37. But it is definitely something for you to look into if you're thinking about being consistent with your video recordings, just because of all the features that it offers. As you can see, it's really as easy as clicking a button and it starts. Now they do have a free version, but I believe with the free version there's like a watermark or something that pops up on your videos. So that's the only thing that'll happen. I'm just gonna kind of show you what it looks like and how to use it in case you already do have it. That way you can use it to the best of your ability. So this is what Fraps looks like when it pops up. Blah blah blah. Basically, these things are just your settings for when Fraps starts up, what you want it to do, and how you want it to act. Now there's 3 different modes. There's basically the benchmarks, the movies, and the screenshots. So each of these things do something different. Sorry about that, that was my phone. Screenshots is for, say you're in the middle of a game and you just hit something really awesome. You can set a button. That way you can take a screenshot of what's happening. Right now I have it set as F10, so if I were to press F10 right now, I would take a screenshot and save it to the specified folder, which is right here. Under movies is where it's going to save the things that you record, and then from there you can choose as to if you want it to record a microphone as well, if you want it to, what kind of, like if you want to record the sounds from the computer, if you want it to be stereo or multi-channel, if you want it to hide cursors, blah blah blah. If you want it to split the movie into parts over certain times, that way it's not one big file. And you can set the FPS that it will record at max. And from there, it's fairly simple. Once you have the program open like this, I can just hit the minimize button and it'll go down into my tray. And from there, I can open up a game. So let me open up a game real quick. So if I open up a game really fast, basically, once I open up the game, you'll see just how easy it is to record with this thing. It's kind of ridiculous. So you see this number in the top left corner. That is fraps. Basically, what happens is an FPS counter will pop up that tells you just how many frames you're getting per second at the current time. As you see right now, I'm getting close to like 60, 55. And if you want to record, all I do is, I have to remember what button I set, but you look at, where is it? You look at whatever button you set to be your recording button. In this case, I have it set as F9. If I press F9, then this would turn red and it would start recording the footage and save it to the directory that I have set. And it's just as easy as that. So, yeah. That's fraps. It does cost money, so definitely another one of those things that you want to probably do some research into, try the trial, and see if it's something that you want. From fraps, we can look at, right now I'm showing you guys a lot of the things that you would have to buy only because they offer some premium features that the free things that I'm going to show you later do not offer. Another thing that you can use in order to record is called, go on the internet, DxTory. DxTory is very, very similar to fraps. The only difference is DxTory records in more of a raw version, while fraps compresses your videos, and that just makes it a little bit harder for you to I mean, you can do a lot more with a raw file and it'll have better quality, but in each of them work better with certain games. So really, you'll just need to do research and find out what game you're playing to see what it works better with. Like for games like Minecraft, I know fraps works better than DxTory, but DxTory works better on like World of Warcraft than fraps does, if that makes sense. So this one is the same way, where there's a trial mode, and trial modes have restrictions, which is basically a logo once again, and then you can buy it, and this one is whatever this is in dollars. That's Japanese currency, so I'm not quite sure, but it's probably around the same price, 30 something dollars, since they're competitors. So those are your two pay to use game capture services if you are trying to record a game on your computer and you need a program. That way you're not just gonna like use your phone, because that's gonna look terrible. So those programs will let you get good FPS and allow you to get raw footage. Okay. Now, as far as free, there's two free things that you can use to record games. One of them is called OBS, or Open Broadcasting Software. OBS is actually mainly used for streaming, if you guys know what Twitch is or something like that, but it's mainly used to stream games live onto websites like Twitch or even YouTube. That way you can get high frame rates and have your game run smooth and all that. But these programs also allow you to record. So this one is free. There's no purchase. There might be like some premium service they offer or something like that, but overall the game is free. I mean, not the game, the program is free. It works on 7, 8, and 10, as you see. They also have blah, 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 blah. But anyways, I have it downloaded. I don't use it much, so I don't know much about it. But basically, when you open it up, it looks like this. And as you see, it says like click start stream, start recording. It's pretty self-explanatory. So if I wanted to start recording, I could just click here and I could hit start recording and it would do it. But before you do that, on these kinds of things, you have to create scenes. And basically what the scenes do is they like you make the scenes, and the scenes are what you're going to record. So like you can put layers on them with text and various other things. Let me see if I can get this to work. So they have something. Okay, here we go. So basically all you have to do, if you download OBS and you want to use this for free to record your games or even stream, all you have to do is this. You come on here and you can set up profiles, blah, blah, blah. The main things that you have to do is you go to global sources, you can click add, and say, for example, I want to record a window. Say I want to record Google Chrome. If I type that in, I can click this and then go to my Google Chrome, and I say I want to do the entire window, and you can choose to capture the mouse, whatever, blah, 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 set the gamma, make this lower or higher, color key, and set a base resolution. Then I hit OK. And if that's all I want to add and I hit OK, I hit start recording. Oh, what? This is interesting. So I'm gonna try to figure this out real quick so I can tell you guys how to do this, because this is something very important for most of the people that are going to want to record things for free or even stream. So give me like 2 seconds. Alright, so I figured out how we have to record. I was being very, very silly when I was trying to figure this out, but I found it out. So I was clicking global sources thinking that's what you needed, but this is for something completely different. Global sources is basically so you can set a source that all scenes will use, but that's not what I wanted. Basically, all you would have to do is you can come over here, you can add a scene. Say I make a scene called test 1. I can go on here, then go to add source, and I can choose what I want to add as my source. So say I want to record this Google Chrome thing that I have right here. I can click here, and then I can choose Google Chrome. I can set the gamma, la la la, like all I said before, and we hit OK. And if I hit preview, we can see it, and you can hit the edit scene button. This will allow you to basically make it bigger or smaller. The reason it's not fitting fully is because the window is too small, but yeah, you can edit, make it bigger and smaller, and all of that. And not only that, but we can add more than one source to a scene. So say I wanted to add some text that said like my name, Grafixxz, and I put it in a cool font, and boom. It's right here, and you can't see it because it's white. Right, so we gotta go here. We gotta make it bold. Let's make it black. Here we go. I'll make it green. And okay. Okay. Let me just stop wasting my time. Well, you get the idea. I'm not here to tell you exactly how to use this to the best of its ability. I'm just here so I can tell you guys that this is a program that you can definitely utilize in order to stream or free record games. There's a lot of in-depth specific tutorials just on OBS if that is something you're interested in. But yeah, those are the basics of just basically how to record and go from there. Along with OBS, there is another software called XSplit. And XSplit is basically used for the exact same thing as OBS. It's just it has a different UI interface, and they have both a free and pay version. Now this one has both a gamecaster and a broadcaster. The broadcaster obviously is used. This one is mainly used more for like actual live videos, not of games on your computer, but like say if I was going to live stream a concert, you would use the XSplit broadcaster. But for probably the purpose that most people that are watching this video are going to use for, they have the XSplit gamecaster, which is more specifically for recording games and streaming games. I have this downloaded as well. Basically, if you just go on that website, you click download free version, and it's self-explanatory through the steps on how to get it from there. But yeah, let me see if I can get this to load up. That way I can just show you guys what it looks like compared to OBS. Alright, hold on, it's loading up right now. Logging in, initializing. So, all these things that I've been showing you guys right now are all game recording services and just recording services in general, but they also have, well, not they also have, I'm also going to show you one or two things to use to edit your videos that way that they can look really well. Because I mean, anybody can record, but for it to look good and be clipped and all of those kinds of things, you have to know how to edit your videos as well. So, hold on. This is what the Gamecaster looks like. It's a lot more dark and compact, but personally, I like XSplit more than OBS. That's just my personal opinion. But there are some restrictions just because of the fact that there is, what is the word? Oh, there's a pay version, like a premium version. But this one, I think you can do it with OBS too, but you can record console, blah, blah, blah. They have some tutorials, and they tell you at the top basically everything you need to do to get started. You can set it up to go straight to your YouTube, straight to your Twitch. That way you can upload straight from here. And you can set up your settings, put text. As you see, it says booty. I must have been messing around one day and put that. They have hotkeys you can set to start and stop everything. And in here just would be where all of your recordings are. So this one is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, there's just like 2-3 buttons you use and it'll record, and then from there you'll have to go to your editing software. That way you can edit it up. Right? So, speaking of editing softwares, oh wait, before I talk about editing softwares, one more thing that you might want to know. Well, with the program that I'm using right now, it is a combined video and audio recording service, though some of these things do not include, or that their audio just isn't that good. For example, Fraps has audio, but it's a little bit grainy, and it kind of gets it gets drowned out by the game sound. So it might be smarter for you to record those two separate so you can adjust the levels. So there's a program called Audacity that basically is just a free audio editor. It's strictly audio, and it's free, and it can be used for everything from adjusting the levels, taking out background noise, and all of that good stuff. I might later put a tutorial just on Audacity on how to do all those simple features, because the interface of the program itself is pretty complex. I'm just going to pull it up though, just so you can see literally the two basic features on how you would just record and save. So obviously you'd pull it up like this, and you'd hit new, and you could just hit this record button. You would start seeing some bars pop up like this, and it would be recording your voice, and you'd hit stop. Boom. Whenever you're done, you can hit either save project, or you can export the file as an MP3, MP4, or whatever sort of audio file that you find necessary. And then they have effects, and you can generate tones and compressors and everything else just to make your audio quality as good as possible. Okay, now enough about recording softwares, I'm going to talk about probably two editing softwares. Two really good editing softwares. One of them, probably the most prominently known, Sony Vegas Pro. Any number, doesn't matter. It could be 11, 12, 13, 10, 9. Man, it doesn't matter. But the one thing about Sony Vegas that is really just bad is the price. It's roughly $300 for the newest version of Sony Vegas Pro 13. Sony Vegas. I believe I have Sony Vegas, so I should be able to show you guys just what it looks like. Let me see if I can find it. Alright, so I found Sony Vegas Pro. I was looking for Sony Vegas and I couldn't find it, and I forgot that they changed the name from Sony Vegas to Vegas. So Vegas Pro 13, this is what it looks like. Doesn't look much different from any of the older versions, so don't feel like you have to get the newest version. There's just some little features that for more advanced video editors that will help them just perform their job more efficiently. But for the basic aspects of this program, it's actually fairly simple to use. I know you see a lot on the screen and it might seem just overbearing, but a lot of the stuff like up at the top is just effects. Like you see, we have different gradients and things that you can put on top of your videos to make them flip in a certain way. I'll see if I can open up a video file if I have any on here. That way I can just kind of show you guys how things play out. Dang. Alright, here we go. I don't even know what this is, but we're doing it. It's a video file. And boom. Okay. Alright, so I don't even know whose this is, but it's on my computer and it's being used. So basically you see this is, I'm not going to play through this because I'm not sure what it is, but this is just a video file, and we could easily just use these kind of things. You just throw it on top and it'll pop up with the settings box, and as you see I threw in basically a sample text, and if I throw it in right here, what's going to happen is it's going to what's the word? It's going to be in between the video, like it'll go through the video and then that will pop up and then it'll go back to the video. Though there is a way for you to actually make it overlay on the video. Like if I put it down here, now I can make it kind of like overlay on the video, but this would have to be above this. But that I'll make a whole video on Vegas Pro and how to use it. But this is just me informing you that Vegas Pro is a very good program to use, and some of the basic features of it. Say I have this video and I'm like, okay, I don't want this whole first half just for things as far as like clipping goes, because a lot of the main editing that you're going to need to do to your videos is just going to be clipping and enhancing like volumes and things. So what you can do is, say I have this audio right here, I can just raise it, take it down. It's that simple. As far as the video goes, I can change the opacity of it. I want it higher or lower. It's that simple. Then as far as clipping goes, you can just go to edit, split. It'll split the video and then you can delete the half you don't want. Or you can just use the shortcut and press S and you can split it that way. And then that's how you can delete things and clip. One other little trick that I'll show you is so if we zoom in and I come over to like an edge of a video, you can fade the video and you can also fade the audio. So say I want the audio to kind of dramatically come in after the video kind of fades in. So you see the video will fade in and my audio will fade in as well. Those are just some tips that can be used when you're using as transitions. If you don't want to just throw in like actually one of these transitions but use something more simple, that is definitely something that you can use. Now, another program other than Sony Vegas Pro is Adobe Premiere. Now, both of these programs have free trials, so don't feel like you're forced to buy them. This one is cheaper than Vegas, and it's not like one of them offers more than the other because of price. It's more of an acquired taste. Vegas, definitely, it's more versatile in the amount of things that it can do, but both of them will definitely get your job done as a gaming videographer. I personally do not have Adobe downloaded, so I can't tell you much about it right now. But if you guys do want an Adobe Premiere video tutorial, I could definitely make one of those, because one of the members in Dojo does have and uses Adobe Premiere. But they're both basically the same thing, just different interfaces, and some features are easier or harder to use. Other than those, the only difficulty when it comes to creating videos and doing it successfully, you could easily find a free program for you to record your videos, but it's going to be more difficult for you to find something to edit your videos that is efficient and on the free side. Like, you could definitely do basic things with your Windows Movie Maker, which I don't even know if it does have it. But I'm not going to suggest you to rely or even use this as a primary video editor, because the rendering, if you don't know what that means, basically when you export a video, it's known as rendering. The rendering on Movie Maker isn't really that good, and it doesn't offer that many features for you to be able to do much with your videos. For those of you who are Mac users, you have a wonderful program called iMovie that comes directly on your computers, and that is honestly almost an equivalent to Adobe Premiere. So if you do have that, I suggest you utilize that before thinking about purchasing another third-party program like Vegas or Premiere. Okay, so basically those are all the things as far as recording goes, editing goes. The only other things that you'll need to think about when starting up your YouTube channel is making your YouTube channel look quote unquote legit. Okay, so let me just show you something real quick. So if you look at Dojo Gaming, you see we try to make ourselves look professional with this thing up here, which is called a banner, and with a logo. Basically, these were both created by by a member of our community. Shout out to Icentric. But basically, you want your channel to look professional. Let me see if I can find one on my subscribers that doesn't like this. This is not gonna get you much of anywhere. If you have no banner, no logo, people aren't really going to think that you're putting dedication into what you do. Things like this, I mean, it's a little better. And you see that he has 325 subscribers, and that's probably because he has a good set of videos. Regardless, you want your channel to look professional, and the two ways that I can tell you to do that is with a program called GIMP. Let me see if I can just find an image of what it looks like. Yeah, GIMP. It looks like this. It's on Mac. It's also on Windows. It's basically like a free version of Photoshop. Just it's a little more unorthodox in the way that the program works. Though obviously my segue to that will be to use Photoshop, because that is what me and all the other members of Dojo use when it comes to creating logos, banners. Why is it doing this? Okay, well, you get what I'm saying. When it comes to creating logos, banners, all of those kinds of things, it it you want them to look professional. Now, if you don't use Photoshop or GIMP for logos and banners, you can also use them to create thumbnails for your videos. Though I believe that there are currently restrictions as to who can create thumbnails. I think you need like a certain the videos or something, but I'm not sure. So so my Photoshop isn't working right now, but I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about Photoshop and how to use it. So I'm not even going to go into detail about that. Alright, so I've told you guys how to basically record, edit, and get your channel looking good. And in the future, the next video that I post, I'm going to go into depth on each of those aspects. That way you guys can be successful YouTubers. So I hope you liked the video. Comment, subscribe, and we'll get back to you if you have any questions. And stay tuned for the next video next week. See ya.